with this. Yeah, I'm talking about with this tandem.
Without a superstar. They got star. Yeah, I said it.
Who's not a superstar?
They're star. Superstar.
Yeah, wait, what are you implying?
You heard what I said, and y'all heard me say this before. You heard me.
So you're implying they have one superstar, one star?
They have no superstar.
Oh,
You're
no
saying the Celtics
superstars.
have no superstars.
They have
zero superstars.
They have 2 stars.
Interesting.
Yes, there's levels to it. There's elite, there's superstar, there's star, there's really good players.
Yes. Jayson Tatum.
Yes.
Was he
y'all
he first team
y'all the
All-Pro
ones
this
that
year?
put Jamal Murray into the elite status. That came out of your mouth, Ashley.
We didn't say
think
superstar,
your
though.
standard.
I
It wasn't that
didn't say he was.
conversation,
You never heard me say Jamal Murray was a superstar.
You said he was elite.
But elite doesn't mean you're a superstar. It just means you're elite at your position.
You can't throw around that word like that.
Well, no, look, I have
He's a
2
top
things for you
10
guys.
point guard. That makes him elite. You're top 10 of all the point guards in the NBA. Over 400 players in the NBA, you are in the top 10. That means
that doesn't make you elite.
How does that not make you elite?
You throw
There's
around
only
that
10.
word. No, that's really good. You're really good. You're really
So
good.
a top 10 player is not elite?
No, you're not elite being top 10. If you get top 5 now, we talking top 10.
Out of over 400
that's a
players.
rotate. That's
out of 400
7,
players.
8, 9, 10 rotates.
So you're telling me out of 400 players in the NBA, if you are a
exactly
top
what I'm
10
saying.
player or a top 10 in your position, that doesn't make you elite?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
What does that
Oh,
make
man.
you?
That makes you really good.
So you're just basically reserving.
Okay.
You're reserving elite literally for just
Okay.
the top tier players,
Yes,
like top 1,
yes.
top
Like
1
when you
and
talk
2.
about elite,
Okay.
you gonna use that name. But let's
Come
get back
on.
to
I
it
mean,
though,
if
because
you're-
like you perked up a little bit. Like, oh my goodness, you 2 superstars. Where you want to
You
take this
don't think
conversation?
Jason Tatum's a superstar?
Yeah, that's
you do.
Reed.
Yes.
What makes him a superstar?
What do you mean? We're not just talking about his impact in the game. A superstar transcends the game. Jason Tatum has signature shoes. He has commercials. His face is on bags of Ruffles and Lay's. I mean, it's Jason Tatum.
he's
Like
on
he
chip
has
commercials.
he's a superstar. Like you
Listen,
can't turn
listen,
on a
this is-
TV
this
during the NBA season and not see his face somewhere. Like
Okay,
how
now
are
we're
we
talking
not?
about off the field. He's a brandable guy, 100%. And no disrespect, no shade to him. Like I respect him a lot, and I love his game. But we throw around these big terms all the time. GOAT. We talk. What does GOAT mean? But now we got 20 different GOATs in every sport. I thought there was one GOAT. And if y'all want to break it down per position, we can do the GOAT of this position. But we can't say there's 5 NBA GOATs. We can't do that. And then we talk about elite. We talk about superstar. Superstar. Yes, Ashley. That when you talk about off the court, off the field, those things. You need to account for those things. I'm talking about on the court, right? Now I just said don't blow up this team. But if he was a superstar, they would have advanced to the finals. At least one out of those 3 times superstar.
Is basketball no
though.
longer a team sport? And they were in the finals.
They advanced last year.
KD.
They were in the finals last year. They faced the Warriors.
Oh my goodness, you gonna count last year?
Yeah, why not?
Did they not go to the finals
You
last
gonna
year?
count last year? You gonna count that? You gonna count that?
I'm so confused of what you're saying. So them going to the finals last year doesn't count.
It does count. It does count. But he's not a superstar.
Well, look,
he's not a superstar.
Is Luka a superstar?
Luka is a superstar.
But Luka hasn't won
Luka's
anything.
a superstar.
Luka hasn't gone to the finals.
Luka doesn't
Last
have
time I
what they
checked,
have
Luka's
in
never even
Boston.
seen an NBA finals. Last time I checked, Luka's never even seen a Western Conference
Is he not
finals.
a superstar?
But you just
Is he not a
contradicted
superstar? I did not
yourself.
contradict myself. I
Because you said that
contradicted
Jason
myself
Tatum's
because I was
not a
speaking
fi-
too fast
you said Jason
when I
Tatum is
said
not
about
a
not making it
superstar.
to the finals, okay? That's where I contradicted myself, speaking too fast. But now we're talking about individuals. He has Jaylen Brown on his side. Who did Luka have? Porzingis?
Okay, you're
Jalen
definitely
Brunson.
not making any sense.
The year he
now.
went to the Western Conference Finals, he had Jalen Brunson.
I'm talking about
But
Luka.
look, but I want to bring us back
I'm
to
talking.
Jason Brown.
No. I'm talking about Luka. Let's stay right here and then we can get back there.
All right,
so you're saying Luka's not a superstar?
I'm saying Luka is a superstar, but I'm saying your argument on why Jason Tatum is not a superstar is a contradiction as to why you say Luka is a superstar. You're saying, well, if Jason Tatum was a superstar, then he would have went and won the finals. But last time I checked,
I didn't say win the finals. I said he would advance. That's what I said.
well, he did advance.
I know, and I contradict.
Well, so then-
I was
so
speaking too fast.
with
I was
that-
speaking too
okay, so
fast.
now
You
that
got
you-
me there.
so now
I'm
that
with you
you
when you're
know
right.
that-
I'm
so
with you
now
when
that
you're
you
right.
remember that
acknowledge
Jason
that.
Tatum went to the
He's not
finals.
a superstar.
How is he not a
He's not
superstar and Luka's a superstar?
He's not a superstar.
So what
He's not
makes Luka a superstar
You
and
say
Jason Tatum not?
transcend. He disappears sometimes.
What has Luka done in his resume that puts him so far
He's doing
above
too
Jason
much.
Tatum that he is a superstar, but Jason Tatum's not?
He's doing too much. We're talking about Luka being potentially the face of the NBA. Like, if they didn't have a terrible team, he could have been deemed the face of the NBA this year. Now he got to wait another year. Luka is unstoppable. That's the problem with Luka, is that he's asked to do too much. Look what he's been able to do with this Mavericks team by himself. You get this dude some help, and we ain't talking about, go make a trade at the trade deadline, go get Kyrie and try to figure it out in 20 games. You get him some real help, that team can't be beat. That's how I look at that.
All right.
Again, you're not answering why. And correction.
I just said he disappears.
Luka did make a conference finals. It was the year that the Mavericks faced
ago.
the Warriors.
2 years
so
ago,
that
yeah.
was a correction on my part.
That was an overachievement, but go ahead.
I'm still not understanding how you can put Luka in the superstar conversation,
Let me pull it
but
up
not
for you.
Jayson Tatum, when Jayson Tatum is arguably the best player on his team, and he is the Boston Celtics. He is the face of that organization.
That doesn't make you a
He is the
superstar.
franchise. And let's not talk about how he's already transcended the game at 24 years old outside of the sport.
What do you mean by transcended the game?
How many commercials have you seen Luka in?
Oh, that's what you're talking about, off the court.
But I'm
talking
saying
about
that's
on the court.
that
I'm talking
applies.
about
That
on
goes
the court.
that goes to the superstar argument. Yes.
Super.
Does Jayson Tatum have things that he has to improve in his game? Yes. Does he have things that he has to achieve in his career? Yes. But there are so many facets of what makes somebody a superstar, and I don't understand how you can give that to Luka, but then take that away from Jayson Tatum. When if we're gonna go ahead and weigh apples to apples, Jayson Tatum has accomplished more in his career thus far than Luka has.
Okay. All right, so this is how I'm going to look at it. This is how I'm going to break it down. Joel Embiid, all right? Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Joker, Nikola Jokic, is that how you say it? Okay. Luka, Ja Morant. Is Ja Morant a superstar? Dame Lillard, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James. I still have LeBron James in that status. Jayson Tatum, I think he's borderline. He's borderline. Like,
Wait,
you got to tell me. You got to tell me.
How are you putting Ja Morant as a superstar, but not Jayson Tatum?
Ja Morant's not a superstar?
But I'm not saying he's not. What I'm saying is how are you putting him in the superstar conversation, but not Jayson Tatum? Has Ja Morant been to a finals? Has Ja Morant been to a conference finals?
I just don't have him.
What I'm saying is I don't understand what the scale is.
Jayson Tatum has cemented himself in Celtic history.
Like,
You
that's
can't
what
say
I'm like.
Ja Morant has done
What is
that
the
yet.
scale of what a superstar is? Because you're naming guys who I agree are superstars, but they haven't accomplished an ounce of what Jayson Tatum has accomplished, and yet you're still giving Jayson Tatum, you're on the cusp, you're not there yet, but you're giving guys who don't have a fraction of his accolades you're thrusting them into superstar status. I'm confused.
Did I say Joel Embiid? I said Joel Embiid. He just hasn't made the cut. He hasn't made, maybe if he'd be the first one, he leads his team to be the first team to overcome an 0-3 deficit, he'd become a superstar.
Why does that have to make... Okay, I'm still... hold on, Corey.
That's it.
Why does that have to make Jayson Tatum a superstar, but Ja Morant is already a superstar?
Ja Morant is a human highlight.
What makes
Ja Morant is a human highlight.
What makes Ja Morant a superstar, but not Jayson Tatum?
Let's just say what
50 in the playoffs.
What is he
That's not a
doing?
highlight.
What is he doing? What is he doing? He disappears in some of the biggest moments, and he's done that the first 5, 6, 7 years of his career.
What has Ja Morant done in his career?
Highlight.
So we're just talking about regular season.
He's a human highlight.
So we're just talking about what he does in the regular. So his highlight reel.
None of them are champions.
So, but that goes against your argument.
No, that was just one part of the argument.
But then why does that same criteria not apply to Jayson Tatum? Last time I checked, Game 7 of the 76ers series, didn't he drop 51 points?
He
holds multiple records in Boston already, and he's 24 years old.
What does Jayson Tatum do that Ja can't or Luka can't?
That's not the argument. What my argument is that you're putting Luka and Ja Morant in the superstar conversation, and I'm not going to go ahead and argue that. What I'm arguing is the criteria in which you're putting them in, the criteria in which you say they meet in order to meet that superstar conversation. Jayson Tatum meets that, yet it's not good enough. He's not a superstar to you, and I'm not understanding why.
I just told you, he's just not a superstar to me. And I think y'all throw that around too much. Y'all throw around elite. Y'all use the word GOAT. Y'all use the term superstar way too much. To me, there's only a handful of superstars. That's it.
So Ja Morant's a superstar to you? But Jayson
Ja
Tatum's
Morant
not.
is definitely a superstar.
Because he's a human highlight
He's
reel.
a human.
All right.
That makes him a superstar.
That's right. That's right.
Brandon, that doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense.
We're gonna
It
shelve
does
the
make
superstar
sense. That's why I was going to ask you. I asked you what does your boy Tatum do that Ja and Luka can't
Tatum has
do?
been to multiple Eastern Conference Finals. He's been to NBA Finals.
He's in one of the best. He's in a well-ran organization.
Oh,
has some of
glad you
the
said that.
best
Glad you said
coaches
Listen.
over the last 5 years.